lyricist.
I can't stand Ice Cube.
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting-wise.
When Ice Cube, yes, the same legend who dropped No Vaseline, one of the coldest diss tracks in hip-hop history, steps away from his empire just to check you, that means you crossed a serious line. And that's exactly what happened when Aries Spears
put hands on you, give you real black eyes. Come on, don't do that. And that's the truth. I mean, I've had about
decided to go off on Big Boy's neighborhood. Aries didn't just talk slick, he went after Cube's whole legacy. His music, his movies, his impact, he tried to clown all of it. He even said Cube was trash as a rapper and an actor.
Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said nothing.
Is he a comedian? Yeah. Because he ain't never made me laugh, so.
Which had the whole internet looking at him like, bro, are you okay? Cube wasn't having any of that. He fired back, calling Aries irrelevant, not funny, and not even in the top 10 of black comedians.
Cube is a motherfucking lyricist.
I can't stand Ice Cube.
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting-wise.
Really?
He's the same.
How much time we got left here? Because should I just tell him to leave now?
Let me tell you, Big Chuck did a great joke. He goes, here's Ice Cube as a gynecologist. Hey, Miss Jenkins, I looked at your chart. Now get up on that butt.
That's racist. I don't know how it's racist,
a cold,
but what you...
clean, lethal response. Classic Cube energy. And then, boom! 50 Cent saw the clip. And when 50 sees someone spiraling, he jumps in like a shark that smells fresh blood.
Watch the comments. Now, when people talk about, you ask anybody, no matter where their region, you know, give me a top 5 rappers. Pac's usually always in that list. Right. I don't ever put Pac up there.
Chaos is his favorite sport, and this mess was premium entertainment for him. What started as a simple chat about rap rankings turned into a full meltdown the second Cube's name left Aries' mouth. Aries flipped a switch. No pause, no filter, just pure venom.
The greatest lyricist. He was energy. He was passion. He made you feel him. If that said, tear the club up, you wanted to tear the club up. Dear mama, you wanted to hug your mama. When you think about lyricism, Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, Jadakiss, my lyrics spitter.
Then he made it worse, way worse. He dragged It Was a Good Day, one of the most iconic songs in hip-hop history. That's basically West Coast disrespect on a spiritual level. Big Boy's co-host tried to laugh it off, tried to cool the energy, but Aries kept pushing. He even broke out this odd Ice Cube as a gynecologist impression, and the whole room froze. No laughs, just secondhand embarrassment hanging in the air. Aries kept going anyway, mocking Cube 1 minute, taking a wild jab at Tupac the next. Fans watching the clip were like, dash, dash. Bro, what are you doing? Aries didn't just throw shade. He torched the entire West Coast in one sitting. And the wildest part, he did it like he didn't care what happened next. It was career chaos in slow motion. Fans immediately
saw a comedian speaking kind of bad about you, man.
Who is this?
Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said nothing.
Is he a comedian? Yeah. Because he ain't never made me laugh, so.
Immediately clap back online. I love Aries' skills, but slandering Ice Cube is a no-no. Talking like Cube or Pac wasn't lyrical is crazy. He sounds salty. The internet wasn't having it. But Aries had no clue that the real storm was coming. Because the legends he dissed, they weren't letting that slide this time. Ice Cube stepped out like a boss ready for war. He didn't just question Aries' comedy. He questioned his relevance in the culture, period. Cube shredded Aries' career from top to bottom. Clean, direct, no sympathy. And that's what makes Cube different. He's an OG with decades of receipts. Ghostwriting for NWA, classic. No Vaseline, historical. Producing Friday.
What'd he say?
He said it was nothing about you impresses him. From movies to rapping, nothing at all impresses him. I'm like, wow, like what?
Suckers usually don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that you know, they usually don't like me when they coming from that angle. That's cool though. You know, everybody got their opinion, and they all stink. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's cool. You know, he entitled to his opinion. It's the feeling is mutual. You know, I don't think he on anybody's list of top 10 comedians. You know what I mean? In the black community for sure. I don't even know if he's on the register. What up?
Building the Big Three League, mogul status. Cube doesn't need to brag. The work speaks for him. But Aries, instead of reading the room and taking the L quietly, he doubled down. Like the internet didn't just roast him from every angle. He jumped back on camera, still talking reckless like he wanted more smoke. Still mocking Cube, still pushing buttons, still refusing to slow down. And that is where the twist hit. While Aries was busy burning bridges, 50 Cent was chilling somewhere in a luxury suite watching the meltdown like it was a TV show written just for him. And guess what? Aries had already thrown shade at 50 too. Everyone knows, if you poke 50 even once, he will circle back eventually. So fans waited, and then out of nowhere, 50 dropped one of his classic sneak diss videos. No names, no tags, no direct shots. But everyone knew exactly who it was for. 50 posted, "Check my temperature, I'm ice cold." Then he added, "Need help with your bills? I'll write you."
Ice Cube was on when I'm just watching. Music. All of it.
Movies, all of it.
Yeah. I never really seen Ice Cube in films that weren't his. You know, like he kind of produced the vehicle that he was in. And it wasn't like he was just being an actor in someone else's film.
Referral might even get you a love contract. Sheesh, that was icy. Polite assassination mode, the internet lost its mind. Comments were wild, memes were everywhere, and you could tell Aries felt it because he jumped online for another emotional rant. But this time, he tried to play both sides. 1 second he's saying, "I respect Ice Cube," and the next, he's saying Cube has never done anything impressive. It was pure contradiction. And fans called it immediately. Aries wasn't just digging a hole anymore. He was building a whole career graveyard, and somehow still didn't realize he had triggered two of the most ruthless entertainers alive, Ice Cube and 50 Cent. The contradictions were insane. Aries would talk tough 1 minute, then flip and pretend he meant no harm the next. Fans weren't confused, they were annoyed. They dragged him for trying to rewrite the same rant he delivered with full chest just days earlier, and the timing couldn't have been worse for him. On one side, he had Ice Cube, a man who built entire eras in both hip-hop and film. On the other side, he had 50 Cent, a master troll with unlimited energy for petty warfare.
I'm the poster child for the world's biggest hater. If you look up the word hate, it's my picture. When did we get to a point where unless your opinion, and last time I checked as human beings, we're all allowed to opinions. At what point does it get to where unless your opinion is favorable about a person or a thing and goes with the flow of everyone else, you're a hater? I don't understand that.
Had basically challenged two bosses at the same time, and neither one was letting him live it down. The internet pointed it out immediately. Aries ain't built for this smoke. He poked the wrong bear twice. And honestly, they weren't wrong, because when Aries tried to clap back after 50's icy post, it just made things worse. He ranted again, emotional, confused, backtracking, then doubling down. 1 second he was trying to be respectful, the next he was calling Cube overrated again. Fans couldn't even keep up. People said it felt like watching someone argue with themselves on live camera. Aries was spiraling, and the world saw it. Meanwhile, 50 Cent didn't even need to say Aries' name again. Just one subliminal clip from 50 had more.
A clip where Ice Cube responded. He was on a radio show and the dude played him the snippet. And the first thing Ice Cube says is, well, most suckers don't like me. Then he goes on to say, I never heard of this dude. Then he finishes by saying, well, he's just not funny. Well, you can't have it both ways. If you don't know who I am, how do you know if I'm funny or not? So you can't have it both ways.
Impact than a whole paragraph of Aries yelling at his phone. And Ice Cube? He didn't waste time either. He stayed calm, stayed smooth. But every time his name came up, he made sure Aries felt that weight. Cube's energy was basically, you spoke out of turn, now you deal with it. Fans respected that, because at the end of the day, Ice Cube's track record speaks louder than anything Aries could ever rant about. Platinum albums, classic films, cultural impact, influence across generations. A legacy solid in music, movies, and sports. You can't erase that with a podcast rant. And that's why social media tore Aries apart. Not because he had an opinion, but because he couldn't stand on the opinion he already gave. He attacked Cube, then tried to praise him, then attacked him again, then pretended none of it was serious. Fans hate flip-flopping, especially when you go after legends. By the time the dust settled, the internet made it clear. Aries Spears didn't just start beef, he picked the worst possible opponents and handled it in the worst possible way. Cube hit him with OG facts, 50 hit him with surgical petty, and Aries, he hit himself with the shovel. 1 minute Aries Spears.
And for the record, I respect Ice Cube, the man. I respect Ice Cube in terms of what he's brought to the game. He's one of the pioneers. So hats off to him. Said, I wasn't a fan of his artistry. I never attacked him as a man. I never attacked him in terms of his character. I said I wasn't a fan of his artistry. Why am I not allowed to feel that way? Why is that? And then secondly, it's always funny. People call me a hater because they love to highlight when I say I don't like something as though I don't have love for
Here's his
anything.
throwing shots like he's built for war. The next, he's acting like the victim who doesn't understand why people are coming for him. That flip-flopping had fans heated. One fan said it perfectly. You can't talk slick and cry when somebody claps back. Another added, you got the right to your opinion, but after that corny skit, you're not valid. Ice Cube is a made man. Brutal. But a lot of people agreed. And that's when everything got ugly. Because the backlash wasn't just about Cube or 50 anymore. The internet reached back into Aries' past and reopened the darkest chapter of his career. It dragged him right back to that nightmare from 2022, the one that almost ended his reputation for good. Let's rewind. In 2022, Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears got hit with a lawsuit that had everyone shocked. The accusations were disturbing, and most of the criticism came from a sketch that resurfaced online. It featured a kid and an older adult character played by Aries, and the tone of the whole thing made a lot of
What's the
Equation
satisfaction
will never
number?
be satisfied. Why? Because some other motherfucker will come along that'll take and blow the world up, and you'll want to be that. And then some other motherfucker will
No,
come
but
around
no,
and have as talented as you, or possibly more, and then you're gonna get upset because again, you focus on everything that is not you.
Hold
and
up.
everything you want,
Wait a minute.
but not what's in your presence.
extremely uncomfortable. When that clip hit the internet again, chaos erupted instantly. Twitter exploded, blogs jumped in, even the Shade Room posted it. And once it hits there, you already know it's gone global. The outrage didn't slow down, memes popped off nonstop, and the criticism was everywhere. Although the case was eventually settled and the footage was removed, the stain on Aries' image never fully faded. The internet moved on, but they did not forget. That moment followed him everywhere like a shadow he could never outrun. So what did Aries do after that storm? Instead of regrouping or rebuilding, he went right back to the same script, claiming he was being blackballed, saying Hollywood ignored him, and even comparing himself to Kevin Hart like their careers were anything alike. Fans weren't buying it. They said the victim act was tired. Aries wasn't trending for comedy anymore. He was trending for drama. No hit specials, no arena tours, no groundbreaking shows, just viral.
Did you call me?
Oh yes, Uncle Pete. Can you watch TJ for me? I need to run to the I gotta run some errands. I need to go to cleaners, and I should be coming back. Okay?
All right, baby.
Thank you.
Rants, random beefs, and old scandals playing catch-up. He wasn't building legacy. He was chasing attention, and behind the scenes, the whispers weren't pretty either. Some former co-workers accused him of being difficult, ego-driven, and constantly trying to hog the spotlight. People in the industry claimed he brought me energy everywhere, burning bridges faster than he could build them. So when the Ice Cube and 50 Cent situation exploded, all of that old baggage came flooding back. This wasn't just about one rant anymore. People saw it as years of built-up negativity catching up in one giant public crash. Yeah, Aries Spears has talent. He can impersonate anyone. He can crack clever jokes, but he never had that next-level breakthrough that comedians like Chappelle or Rock had, and when a moment like that never arrives, bitterness creeps in. It shows up in interviews. It leaks into your tone. It ends up shaping your whole vibe. And here's the truth. The whole thing blew up because Aries didn't just diss any rapper. He dissed Ice Cube. Ice Cube is not a regular name. He's a cultural foundation. Let's break down why fans flipped instantly. No Vaseline, one of the most legendary diss tracks ever. Friday, not just a movie, a cultural blueprint that changed comedy forever. BIG3, a whole basketball league built from scratch, now stacked with real NBA legends. Ghostwriting in his teens, Cube shaped the West Coast sound for Eazy-E, Dre, Ren, before he even turned 20. Ice Cube's resume is decades deep. It's cultural dominance stacked on cultural dominance. Now compare that to Aries Spears. Some solid MAD TV impressions, a handful of stand-up specials, and a bunch of viral rants where he's tearing down legends instead of building greatness. Fans didn't hesitate. They backed Cube immediately. Cube barely had to speak because his track record did all the talking. Then came the twist everyone talked about. Right after the whole meltdown, Ice Cube dropped a teaser cast list for the upcoming Final Friday movie, and Aries' name was nowhere near it. Nobody said Aries was in the running, but the timing had fans screaming. Cube just sent the quietest, coldest message ever. You will never get cast where it matters. That's boss energy. So yeah, Aries finally went viral, but not for the jokes, not for a hit project, not for a comeback. He went viral because two certified legends, Ice Cube and 50 Cent, basically labeled him a non-factor, and the entire internet agreed without hesitation. Once the Ice Cube smoke settled, the internet was already dissecting the next twist, and it made Aries' situation look even worse. Because after all the ranting and all the contradictions, people started pointing out what he still didn't understand. He had poked two of the most ruthless dudes in entertainment, Ice Cube and 50 Cent, and thought he was gonna win that battle. Cube hit him with OG reality checks, 50 hit him with precision petty, and Aries, he hit himself with the shovel by refusing to stand on anything he said. Fans dragged him over it. They said Aries keeps throwing shots, then flipping into victim mode the second somebody more powerful answers back. One fan summed it up perfectly. You can't talk crazy and cry when somebody claps back. Pick one. Another fan said, after that weak skit, you're not even valid to speak on Cube. He's a made man, bro. That's when the conversation got even more brutal. People weren't just roasting his take, they were dragging his whole career arc. They pointed out how Cube spent decades building culture's classic albums, era-defining movies, a real basketball league, a legacy in music, film, and sports. Meanwhile, they said Aries spent decades building complaints, bitterness, and online drama instead of momentum. Some fans even joked that Aries only goes viral when he's mad, never when he's funny. And honestly, the pattern was hard to ignore. Because while Ice Cube was dropping classics, building franchises, and shaping entire generations, Aries was bouncing from rant to rant, trying to convince people he was being overlooked, when a lot of fans felt he never evolved past the Mad TV era. Then came the moment that sealed the whole situation. Ice Cube dropped the Final Friday teaser casting list, and Aries Spears' name, not even close to being on it. Nobody ever said he had a role. Nobody said he was supposed to be there. But the timing? Perfect. Painful. Petty without being petty. Fans were convinced Cube had made a statement without speaking. There's levels in this game, and you're not on mine. So yeah, Aries went viral, but not for the reasons a comedian wants. Not for jokes, not for talent, not for success. He went viral because he tried to go at two legends. And two legends reminded him exactly where he stands in the culture. And the internet, they didn't just agree. They co-signed it with memes, tweets, and thousands of comments saying the same thing. Aries fumbled the whole bag and by himself.